I feel like it was too loud last time. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do another one of these changes. I would like to see the Dragon Ball FighterZ Character Edition ASMR. No dick sucking here, though. At least not a lot, unless I'm dick sucking myself. Because I'm a fucking genius. ASMR anyway. Besides talking about some character changes, I want to talk about maybe a couple of things. I'm going to respond to a couple of comments I got on some of these changes. So first of all, I know some people are talking about like, oh, I think Trunks should have this though too, you should have this though too. And I've actually talked about this in my game theory video, and I've talked about it can be, progression can eventually be dangerous in video games, right? And I'm not saying this game is very standardized, right? But when I was talking about changes for this game, and don't get me wrong, I'm a nerd, right? Like, I think characters should have a ton of new shit, right? But I'm trying to be realistic. I mean, look at Vegito. Look at all the moves Vegito has had in different games, right? Vegito has that, he has a dragon punch where he kicks a lot of times. And then in other games, he has this, like, teleport 3 times move and a slide. He has the one kind of fireball from the ground move. You know what I mean? Vegito's a character. He has a lot of fucking lure of fucking moves that he's had in games. Trunks has the fucking finish buster. He has all this kind of shit. But this game, and again, I'm not saying, obviously I'm a nerd, right? Hell, I hate Vegito's final Kamehameha. I hope they get rid of the dick grippers, and I hope they make the electricity around the Kamehameha look better, right? I am a nerd, right? I can appreciate being a nerd, right? So I can appreciate Trunks, man. You know, people want to see, I think it's called Finish Buster. He has this is burning attack, right? And he has Finish Buster, right? And people are like, oh, you should have an air super. He's the only character that doesn't have an air super. Like, some people are saying stuff like that. Like, oh, you should have this kind of weight. It should have this kind of move. The thing is, think about it from this perspective, right? I understand wanting to be a nerd, and you want your character to have all these things. But this game is already being spread extremely, extremely fucking thin when it comes to creativity. Do you realize that things like Trunks not having an air super is actually in a way unique? Now I understand if Trunks is your favorite character. Actually, Trunks is one of my favorite characters. I've said this before. I actually like Trunks. If I actually cared about the game, Trunks might be a character I play. I think Trunks is cool, right? But do you realize that when Trunks is actually missing shit, that's actually a unique thing about him. I'm trying to come at this like from a logical perspective of trying to make a good video game, okay? Trunks not being able to do air supers, having to get into level 3 9,000 different ways, that actually makes him unique. This game is being spread extremely fucking thin with different things for characters. Characters need weaknesses, characters need strengths, and they need weaknesses, okay? You know what, it would be awesome if Trunks could do air super, all these different moves like everyone else, but you know what? Realistically speaking, think about this game, how, again, the game is being spread so fucking thin, guys. Do you really think they can give Trunks... I love Vegito. Vegito's my favorite character, right? Do you think you can go ham on all these characters? There's already 40 characters in the game, dude. I don't think they can creatively make a game like that. I don't think you can go ham on any of these characters and make the game better. I don't think this game creatively can handle it. Look at how standardized the characters are already. That's why I said when I'm thinking about the game, I think you could give a character a new normal, generally speaking. I think you could make, and again, I've said this before, you could make, the medium model combo. Medium model combos need a use. There should never be a move in a game that has no use. So make medium model combos, make it your one jump cancelable move. You know what I mean? So you can do like weird shit like that, whatever. Without sparking, you know what I mean? And make it a unique normal, you know what I mean? So I guess that's kind of a fake new normal, but it's a new normal, right? And maybe give a character one special move. I don't think the game can handle having characters I don't think Trunks can have, oh, let's give him air super, let's give him all this kind of shit. I like Trunks, but dude, he can't fucking handle it, dude. This game cannot fucking handle giving characters all this kind of different shit. More creative games than this cannot fucking handle this shit. This game already has 40 characters, guys. Do you think they can really come up with a brand new move? And some people are saying that even what I'm saying is too much. I think they could actually do this. I think they could give every character, generally speaking, one new move, maybe one new special, and just tweak a bunch of shit, right? But I'm actually going to talk about transformation supers, a way that they could even like bullshit their way to make this a little bit easier. Because again, this game is already, they're bleeding this game dry, creatively speaking. Even adding a single new move to a character and a new special move, I think would be extremely fucking hard, dude. I think they could do it, but again, characters need weaknesses, characters need strengths. So that's what I'm saying, like, look at Trunks. One of Trunks' weaknesses is A as low, right? He wants to get in. So what would we do for Trunks? That's what I'm saying. So, like, think about this. Trunks is here. He wants to get in. How would Trunks get in? Well, you have, let's say, if he was just to do this for sake of argument, right? When you do an EX move, you see that little red flash. Boom. Look at this. He's mid-screen. Boom. That's an overhead. But imagine if this, right? He has this move. Imagine if you could, when you're doing this and you press O, he does the ninja dash out of it automatically, and ninja dashes a low. So he's at this position. Not an instant overhead from that far. Or, again, ninja dash, and it would hit from there. But you see that flash of red, and you're like, how the fuck are you going to react to that? Obviously you could, but you know what I mean? And then, of course, he would also have, out of this move, he would have a shining slash that is from behind the guy. And it does that, a nice lure you think about when he killed Frieza. And instead of you seeing... No, I don't want random one, just hit. Instead of you seeing, boom, how it freezes up like that, you just see the slash and it like zooms in on Trunks and you see his face. And you see like the screen crack, right? Something like that, right? So when you're like full screen like this, and I also said, you know what I mean? He has that little shotgun spread shot move, fireball that he has in other games. Imagine from Flip, he could do that from that, and it costs a little bit of bar, and they can home in like that. But it only counts as a fireball because that would be too strong. But the point is, Trunks has a lot of ways to get in now. Yeah, he's still going to be weak low. Maybe Ninja Dash hits low, so that adds a little bit more mix-up. And of course, he would have like a new normal, and I think his new medium auto combo normal, you know what I mean, should be, he should just get, shouldn't have momentum with it. He should keep it in his place, right? But even besides that, I don't even know if I would give Trunks another normal, dude. I think he's pretty good right there, dude. You're fixing some of his, you're not fixing the problem of, him having maybe weak lows, but you're giving him a little bit more stuff. And then, like I said, and when he does hit you, you give him, this move will actually off the ground, right? So then you're like, oh, okay, so if that actually hits on a spot, then imagine the guy techs and you throw. So you're like, wait, where's teching? So if I'm like, well, I fucked that up, but you know what I mean? Imagine, you know what? This game doesn't have a lot of weird shit like that, dude, right? This game doesn't have a lot of shit like that. So you're giving like, oh, so Wind Trunks, you could go for some kind of weird mix-up. The point is, we're still keeping Trunks weak a little bit in areas, but you're making him more fun. You're giving him ways to get in. He needs weaknesses, okay? Just like Vegito, we're not giving Vegito a legitimate like low where he can get his like, best combo of like blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But you're giving him a low that only goes really into this. So that actually gives this a purpose. You know what I mean? You're fixing the problem moves that aren't like well designed, right? You're fixing where is it? Guard. Boom, boom. So stuff like that can potentially be realistic because the opponent needs to feel like, oh, I can't just, if I see him jump, I can't just automatically hit homing dash because he might be doing the EX one, right? You're making that stuff a little bit more realistic. And his new moves are basically, it's actually his old move, but you're adding a little bit more fun to it. And you're making some of the old moves more useful with this off of that. You know what I mean? So hopefully, you get what I'm saying. Characters can't have everything. This game can't creatively handle it, dude. I don't think it fucking can creatively handle it, okay? Hopefully you get what I'm saying, dude. Again, I'm a nerd. I think you know what I mean? I have lots of ideas. But the game can't creatively handle it with what it is. You have to be realistic, right? That's the perspective I'm trying to come at this from, okay? You know what I mean? Again, Vegito, he doesn't really have lows, but hey, you have this new thing, right? So you'd be like, boom, I'm trying to get that to miss, right? But man, that is so tight to get that to hit. But then you see there's that second circle and it hits, and it's like, oh, it hit a little bit later, so then I can be like, oh, like that. Reset the stream, but then the guy wants to reflect that, so next time I'm going to be like, oh, then I do that, blah, 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 blah. You're adding new shit while still kind of keeping a bit of the character's weaknesses, right? Hopefully you get what I'm saying. Anyway. So other things, people always ask me about Hit. I've said this before for Hit. You want to know what I would give Hit? I don't want to go too in depth with all these characters because they don't get enough views. You know what I mean? But just for people that care about, you know, kind of like intelligent conversations about video games, I guess. You want to know what I think you could actually give hit that would be fun? Okay, so you know when you like vanish like this, right? Well, there's no button when you just, if you do like square, triangle, and X, right? Think of it like an FRC. What if hit's new move is actually kind of like a new mechanic, right? And obviously Arc Systems knows how to program this shit. Imagine, and it would cost meter, right? So say you're comboing the guy and he has, or just any kind of like, any kind of neutral situation, he has a YRC. Because he already has all this kind of like time skipped shit anyway, right? Where he's slowing down time. He has a YRC kind of thing, where if you press these 3 buttons, just like in XR, the game slows down for a few seconds and you can like, you know, kind of get in better and go for something, right? He has his own new kind of mechanic. Give it a cooldown time, right? And then imagine you could even do cool shit, right? Like, is it on to not hit, right? So imagine you're hitting the guy and you do some kind of, I don't know. Imagine you're like this, right? Now, normally you'd just be like, you would super the guy, right? Whatever, right? Imagine if when you hit the ground, though, you do this YRC. Then you do this move, right? And so remember, the guy's going to be hit, and then when he's falling down, hit is still moving in regular speed time. The guy is going up slower. Hit's not going to be able to move, and then he's going to be able to combo off that. He's going to be able to get weird combos anytime, so Hit doesn't necessarily need to vanish, right? He has his own new kind of mechanic, and where, hey, instead of vanishing off of that, maybe you just do a YRC. Give it a mechanic so you can only do it once in a combo, and they can be like tap, 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 you know, a couple hits like that. I also think of it similar to, like, you know, instead of having just this level 3, give him a neat level 3, like, and it's in Samurai Showdown 5. I forget, I feel like it's in some of the other Samurai Showdowns, am I forgetting? But I'm pretty sure Samurai Showdown 5 had it where you could slow down time for a while. So Hit has a slowed down time where he's still moving at normal speed, and the other guy is moving twice as slow, so he's taking twice as long as in block stun. Remember, Hit already has, like, you know, his mix-up isn't like his best thing from that perspective, right? You know what I mean? So he's not super fast in that thing, but at least, you know, and who knows, maybe his new move, maybe his new medium model combo is he has a quick low off it. I don't fucking know, right? Maybe he has some new move like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to go into all the tweaks I would give him, but that's what I think what you could give Hit to be fun. He has a YRC mechanic, and he has a level 3 super, whatever it is, that freezes time and it slows down, and the other guy moves twice as slow, takes twice as much block time, just like they do in Samurai Showdown. If you know what I'm talking about, that mechanic. Give Hit that as a super. I think that would be really fun. It fits the character. You know what I mean? Hit is a character that personally, I feel like he's a character that you could actually go overboard really easily on and make him actually quite powerful, he seems to me. So I would have to be really careful, I think, when you're fiddling with all his other moves, etc. Because like I said, Hit is a character that I think, you know, he's a character to me that when I think about him, you could go overboard on him very fucking easily and make him kind of potentially bullshit, right? Because he's kind of a unique character in the game, right? So anyway, that's what I would give Hit. I think it sounds very interesting. Maybe give the YRCs a big buffer. Whatever the case, I think that would be fun, dude. And of course, you could use it like in neutral situations too, just like YRC and whatever. So who knows? Maybe he should have like a quick air throw off something. I don't fucking know, right? To take advantage of that kind of thing. But anyway, besides that, you know, another thing I want to talk about this game then. Now we're going to go back to the problem of being unique in the game, right? And how could you, because again, finding a new move for every, remember, you have to find a brand new special move for every single character. You got to tweak every single move, dude, right? You know what I mean? That's going to be pretty fucking hard to do creatively, I think, and realistically well. So this action map by time, I know people talk about transform supers. This might be a time when go for characters that you think it might be hard to find a special move for, to make another special move for. Maybe go for the transform super. Like say we have this, or what is this? Like Brawley, right? Like Brawley, like I said, he's pretty well done, right? I mean, my thing for Brawley, I think, is like, you know, this to grab, I think it should do a smidge more damage or be like maybe a frame easier because, although I think it's realistic, obviously, of course, in the grand scheme of the game, although I think it's awesome that it's in it because it seems very obviously put in the game on purpose, it does seem the level of difficulty to do it, considering it's a standard thing, does seem a little bit out of place. So instead of, I think it does like 1350. I don't think it would be bad if it did like 1450 maybe, or even 1500. I mean, it seems pretty, you know, whatever, right? I don't know, or make it a frame faster to get the grab or whatever. I don't know, but in general, I think he's pretty well done. And like, you're thinking, can you actually think of more special moves for him? He has, I mean, he's pretty much doing all the shit in his lure, right? So if you're thinking like, maybe we can't really come up with a new normal for him besides his, again, everyone's stand medium model combo should be a new normal, right? So maybe that would be a new normal, but in general, you know, I would have a hard time thinking, what should his new normal be? What should his special be? So maybe Brawley's a character that, again, you're going to tweak his other things. Like, I think the damage buffer on this is too extreme. But at the same time, it's really easy, right? So he has to have, although I think double supers should be back in the game, there does have to be a damage buffer on this because it's just too easy to set up. Make it, you know, 10% less, 20% less. It still needs a damage buffer, but it's just a little too extreme. Or if you're doing a level 3 outfit, make the level 3 have a little bit of a higher minimum damage it has to do no matter what. You know what I mean? Give it something like that. But I think so. Brawley, what could you do? Like, well, first of all, actually, this is my kind of nerd thing. I think whenever he does a Super Saiyan move, his hair should stay yellow. I don't fucking know, dude. Personally, I like the Super Saiyan hair. I think it looks cool, whatever. But so say for Brawley, what could you do for something? Make the level 3, like, make this like more of a real buff, right? So maybe, again, this is for characters that you, like, maybe there's going to be characters it's hard to think of really brand new special moves and a new move. So maybe make his buff, and I do think he should still have blonde hair, I think, but whatever. Instead of just doing 5% damage, maybe give him some other properties to moves. Maybe give him, like, another special move that, like regular Brawley, is invincible to attacks or has armor, right? Maybe make it so, like I said, I think all attack. I think there could be more off the ground moves. Maybe when he's in this mode, maybe this move off the grounds, not just this move. Maybe this move off the grounds too. You know what I mean? Maybe this move when you block it, when he's like this move gives you frame advantage when you block it. You know what I mean? So maybe you're doing like kind of like silly shit or some bullshit. Like when he's like buffed. Wait, what am I doing? You know, like say that's almost a true combo. Right? Like give him an event, like, you know, fiddle with make the buff, the transformation, if you will, a little bit more buffed, right? And that's what I said before, and I said this in the blue. Like I said, a lot of videos that I did for this still stand last year. When I started changing for characters, I said blue Goku last year. The Gokus would be hard to think of new moves for all the characters, right? Again, maybe a new normal for everybody, but you know what I mean. But say even blue Goku. Maybe blue Goku, if you have blue Goku's not in, I should have picked a blue Goku, but maybe give blue Goku a transform super, just like, you know, Frieza. But he's in Kaioken mode when you fight with him, right? Maybe instead of just double air dashing, maybe he has something different. Maybe he can special to special. Maybe he has something a little bit different with his, you know what I mean? I talked about it before. Maybe he can, like, you know, maybe he has a triple jump instead of a double dash, and he can special to special. You know what I mean? Maybe that's another character. It's like, man, trying to find out all these news for all these characters. So give Goku, and again, there's other changes I would do. I've talked about it before, but maybe make these add some kind of bullshit transformation supers, right? To make it a little bit easier, because it's already going to be hard enough to be creative with some of these other characters. Like even just say regular Goku, man. I mean, I could think of some real fucking nerdy shit to give him, but I mean, imagine there's other Gokus besides Blue. Remember, we got to give Goku a new move. We got to give him a new special move, maybe a new super and a new normal. That's going to be hard, dude, right? I mean, if you're thinking about truly being creative, like that's why I thought for a lot of the Gokus change a lot of fundamental shit, right? Like I would make Goku really take advantage of like how I said block damage would be a real thing. So man, Goku shooting laser beams, this is doing real block damage, not that piddly shit right here, right? But it's like, oh man, I don't want to keep taking this. All these fireballs do regular block damage with him. That does regular block damage with him. And remember, there's unreflectable moves, so it's like, fuck, I gotta worry. It's like, I don't want to start reflecting on this because he's gonna do that. I'm just eating block damage all over the place. You know what I mean? But then that move's unreflectable with him, you know? So he could like, oh shit, I want to keep blocking. He's got to reflect the commando. He does that. Unreflectable, does a counter hit, then he gets a big combo off it. Add some weird kind of stagger pressure for Goku, like boom, boom. This would give you like frame advantage with tap, 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 tap. That's really bad, but you know. You can mash this as many times as you want, and then maybe stutter step, boom. Say on counter hit, right? On counter hit, that staggers the guy so they fall down like Team Gohan's EX move, right? So when that hits on counter hit, dude, you know, Goku's doing the stagger, doom, 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 all right, doom, 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 and then finally the guy's gonna attack. Or sorry, oh, I lost it. Boom. I pressed pause again, sorry. So boom. Imagine that hits on counter hit, right? Like I would have had to like delay it more, right? And then after that hits on counter hit, imagine you get a free combo. So you jump cancel, right? Because the guy's gonna be falling, so you're like, oh shit. Well, fuck, dude, because it hit a counter hit, right? So like, wow, you're, you know, whatever fucking crazy combo you're gonna do, like, make the Gokus really take advantage of the fundamental changes of the game, right? Because like I said, certain characters, it's gonna be real fucking hard to like come up with actual creative shit, right? You know what I mean? I would like to see Goku, if from a nerd perspective of Goku, I would like to see this Goku have maybe something stupid. Hell, fucking Hit has a level 3 super, right? Imagine if Goku is level 7, Goku has a level 7 super, and it's his hyper fucking dimension super, where he does the dragon fist into a spirit bomb. I don't know, dude. I mean, I'm sure you could give him something crazy, but when I think of a lot of characters, it's like, man, maybe there's going to be some kind of cheap cop-outs. And I do consider it a bit of a cop-out, right? Because it is kind of bullshit. But think about the game. Can you really make characters creative? Brand new moves, keeping the idea of them, without making it feel like, again, then it's just like, oh, everyone's doing the same thing, so we're back to square one. It's standardized. You know what I mean? This game's already being bled dry, so certain characters, maybe Goku, man, it's going to be hard to think of a special move, so make him really take advantage of fucking the mechanics of the game. I said, like, dude, that's real block damage, dude. Like, this shit is doing, like, triple the block damage it does now, right? You know what I mean? And it can kill you. Like, all this shit triple, quadruple the block damage. Like, you don't want to keep her. You want to reflect on that shit, dude. But then Goku can be like, boom, that beats reflect or something, right? Really change the fundamental. Goku has a lot of counter hit moves. This hits on counter. Maybe you could do like, boom, oh, shit. You know, what the fuck you're doing, dude? Right? And since he's on the team, like, say, Brawley, since he's already have him on the thing, right? What would I do for Brawley, dude? I said this before in the Brawley, but like Brawley's already a character that's being spread thin. Like, I mean, he has a lot of his lure shit, right? One of the only lure things he's missing is Meteor Shower. So how would you give Brawley Meteor Shower instant or in an interesting kind of way? And again, maybe give Brawley a new normal, whatever. He'll have a medium normal that's new, right? You know what I mean? But what would his new special move be? You know what I think you could do for Brawley? I said this before. So when you do this move, if you do the motion again, he does a mini Meteor Shower. He's got this on, you put this on, and then whenever you're doing a combo, like, first of all, that shouldn't fucking take away your smash. I said that as well. Don't make his smash attacks take away that shit. That's fucking stupid, right? So I guess I shouldn't have used that. That's a bad example, but boom, boom. And then imagine if you do the motion again, like when he has that on, he does a mini Meteor Shower. Shoots fireballs everywhere. The guy falls down, and then you get like a little combo, right? Wouldn't do as much as the super of that Brawley, but hey, at least you're giving one of him his lure moves. You know what I mean? And you're giving this like the thing is a little more spot. I've actually even thought that maybe you should be able to do something crazy like, let's see if I can show this. Oh yeah, oh okay, well I could show you this too, right? I don't know why this doesn't link. Oh wait, shit. I forgot. I'm using the computer, so I can't really show you that, but I think that should link. I don't know why that doesn't link on a dynamic hit. I feel like that's always something that stuck out to me about Brawley, but I thought even this, I don't know if this would be too good though with the buff I would give to the shield, because I said shield, maybe then you could get like a little Meteor Shower, a little baby one. But maybe if you could do something like, so Brawley does something like this. When you cancel into that, maybe you can cancel that with a super immediately. So Brawley, you know, if he actually hits like this kind of move on a smash like that, the guy stays on the ground longer. You know what I mean? He can cancel to this, then he does his super, and then he starts off the pressure with this still on him. Does that make sense? I just feel like I just feel like that's a buff that would be kind of fun for Brawley, I think. You know what I mean? But I can't really think of a lot of like real new special moves that I would give him. And I don't want to give characters a lot of new special moves because the game's already being bled dry, dude. So I just thought that'd be something fun for Brawley, right? You know what I mean? Like, boom, make that move better. He has a little baby Meteor Shower. Tweak with it to make it not too good. You know what I mean? Can't be too good. Can't be too not useful. You got to give it a use, right? And by this, you're also giving them. This is the one move. You know, if that's actually hitting on a smash, You know what I mean? Is it going to be, that's still not close enough. If this is close enough, boom, he cancels to that, and then the guy's knocked down long enough that you can actually then do like a level 1 off of that. And then you can start off your next pressure with this is still on him. You got like a few seconds of it if you wanted it, I guess, right? I just think that seems fun for Brawley, right? Because I just feel like that should have more use, right? You know, who knows? Maybe, like I said, who knows what his new normal is like that, but you get the idea. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to talk about for that. I know people are asking for Hit, and that's always been my opinion of Hit. I think it's easy. And I just want to talk about, you got to be careful. Think about it like logically if you're actually trying to make the game interesting. Because again, remember, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a game where, Dragon Ball Z is a game where characters, you know, a lot of times it's just laser beam A versus laser beam B, right? You know what I mean? So there's only so much shit to pick from. Characters are already so standardized, you know what I mean? And I definitely think they can make the game more complicated, no doubt, right? For sure, dude. But they can only do so much, I think, realistically, without then a vicious circle of just coming back to being standardized if you give people too much shit, because inevitably it's going to come back around to everyone has the same shit. And you don't want that, dude. Do you get what I'm saying? And again, remember, of course, this game has a lot of fundamental problems, and that's one of the main things I would want to fix. So, anyway, if you like these videos, let me know, and think of another character at the end.